Hi there, it's Lucy Johnson here from fullybookedformula.com, where we work with fitness, health and wellness professionals that want to get more clients, make more money and dramatically improve the quality of their life in the next 3 to 6 months. And today's video strategy is how to assess if your marketing is working. Now, I came up with this little formula because sometimes, let's say, somebody does a piece of marketing, let's say they do a newspaper ad, and they get no clients from that newspaper ad. It's very tempting for that person to go, newspaper ads don't work because I didn't get any clients, it didn't work. And really, it's counterproductive because all marketing works. You should write that down. All marketing works, but what you've got to assess is at what part of the process did the marketing stop working. You can break it down into 3. And we call this the RIP process, as in rest in peace. It's easy to remember. RIP, R standing for response, I standing for interaction, and P standing for paying client. So the R part is, did your marketing get any kind of response from your potential client? So in the newspaper ad example, for instance, if the person had had some kind of response from their newspaper ad, as in they had their phone ringing, they got some emails, but nobody actually turned into a paying client, we would say, well, the R part, the reaction part of your ad actually did work, but there's something else that didn't work further on down the line. Or if the person said, no, I didn't get a single reaction, not a single phone call, not a single email, then it's the wording you've used in your ad is incorrect. Or maybe the ad that you've done is in a paper that your typical client doesn't read, so none of your ideal clients saw it. But if you get any kind of response or reaction, the R part of your marketing is working. And then we go on to I, interaction. So this is the next phase. So you've done your newspaper ad, you've nailed getting a reaction, you've got emails coming in, your phone's been ringing with people interested. The I part is if people are willing to actually engage with you. So let's say you get 10 emails from your newspaper ad, you respond to all of them, but all 10 of them go dead. They don't get back to you, you start sending another email, but there's just no response whatsoever. That shows that you failed at the I part, the interaction part did not work for you. And that's a sign to say that the way you're asking for people to interact with you doesn't work for them. It's either too complicated, or in this instance, they don't like using email, they'd much prefer if you called them. You need to change something about the way you interact with those reactants that start coming in. So you've got your R, which is getting the reaction, the interest. You've got your I, which is, are the people then actually engaging with you backwards and forwards? Are you able to talk to them about your products, your services and what you do? And then there's the P part at the end, the paying client. So sometimes people do a piece of marketing, an ad in the paper, for instance, they get a reaction, they get emails and their phone starts ringing. They get a good interaction, people start engaging with them, they're interested, they're asking questions, they're having a conversation now, but they aren't able to close the inquiry into a paying client because they're closed, the sales skills are not very good. So it's about really, when something doesn't work, quote unquote, it's about breaking it down and looking at which part of the process didn't work. Was it that I got no reaction whatsoever? Because if that's the case, I'm either marketing in the wrong place or I'm saying the wrong thing in my ads and people aren't interested. Or did you get a reaction but you got no interaction, in which case you're making it too hard for people to communicate with you. You need to give them a different way of communicating, maybe via text or via something different that suits that particular clientele better. And then lastly, P, are they turning into a paying client after you've done all of those things? Because if not, it's you're closing the sales skill that isn't working, not the marketing. The marketing's doing fine. It's you and your inability to close the sale that is the problem. So next time you do some marketing and it doesn't bring you the results you want, rather than just saying the whole thing doesn't work, actually look at those 3 stages and figure out which part you can get better at to get you more paying clients at the end.